just want to say thank you guys for coming out 6 p.m. on a Wednesday night. What date is it? July 15. Just wanted to welcome you guys to our launch. We call this Las Vegas Lifewave because Jackson and I are here in Las Vegas, and we're spreading. This is our home base basically, and this is probably the third day we've been doing this business launch. We wanted to probably do it for like a whole month and kind of get everyone who wasn't able to come through and hop on our third one. So we'll probably do one more after this. But yeah, just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Patrick Piping. I've been a professional dancer for I think like since 2011. I do the show called Magic Mike, and I've also been a barber for about 12 years, professional barber. And I also do financial services and insurance out here in 6 states. So that's me. I wanted my friend Jackson to introduce himself as well.
Yep. Hey everyone, I'm Jackson Williams. I was born and raised in England, London. 3 years ago, I had the opportunity to come over here and start the show Magic Mike Live. I'm a professional dancer for the last 17 years, shall we say. I've toured all over the world with artists and singers, trade show, fashion shows, and now I'm in Las Vegas, and this is where the new adventure begins. Me and Pat met each other about 3 years ago, and since then we've built up our own network, our friendship, and yeah, we are really happy to show you what we have.
Yeah. So what we wanted to bring today to you guys, some of you already I'm very familiar with, but the product this is probably the newest tech in the biotech space. It's called Lifewave X39. Where's I have it. Peter, if you can probably show it. Yeah, so if you can see on Peter's screen, it says X39, and this is probably, like I said, the newest tech in the biotech space. And I recently got introduced to this about a month ago, and I met with Peter, and he basically just asked me a simple question. He basically asked me, what do you know about stem cells, right? And so I knew about stem cells. I knew it through infrared light therapy. I've done it because I've gotten injured in the show to the point where I had drop foot for about a whole month, and I used infrared light to kind of get my feeling back and my injury to heal faster. So I was back in the show about like 3 weeks in. So I told Peter, I was like, I know about stem cells, I know about the injections, and even Jackson, he'll tell you his story. He's probably the number one person I knew who has gotten like 5 to 6 rounds of stem cell injections all over his body. Like, this guy's broken. But but that's how I knew it. And he was like, well, here's a patch that you don't need any of that. This patch is called stem cell activation. And basically you put it on your body, it's like a Band-Aid, and your body produces its own stem cells. So I'm looking at Peter, I'm like, no, this what Ponzi scheme is this, right? And he's like, no, it really works, but you know what? I want you to experience it for yourself. So here's a few samples. And I was like, okay. So my mom's on here too. We tried it out for a couple of days. And what we noticed instantly was that night we had like one of the best sleeps in a long time. And we were dreaming like really vivid dreams. And so when we woke up, we kind of discussed it. I was like, what were you feeling? What were you feeling? And my mom was like, man, I was sleeping really, really deep. And I was like, why is my vision so clear? Right? So we're just talking about the little nuances. So then we went back to Peter, and I was like, Peter, can I have some more samples? I want to sample this out to a lot of people. He's like, sure, why not? So we even sampled our friend's grandpa, who has stage 4 colon cancer, right? And he's basically sitting around because he can't really move. He's in pain all the time. So we patched him about 4 to 5 days, and usually he's sitting around in pain. He can't move. He's up, walking around the kitchen, walking around the house. Like, I mean, his pain wasn't gone fully, but he was able to move. And to us, that was like very significant. So I started patching up everyone. And I called Jackson, and I was in California. I said, Jackson, I have a lot of patches of stem cell activation. I'm coming to your house, and I want you to try it because you are the #1 person that I know who's had stem cell injections, and I want you to try this out and tell me if this is real or not. So I wanted Jackson to tell his story on his experience with the stem cell activation patch.
Okay, cheers, Pat. So basically, when Pat came to my house, I've had a lot of rounds. I've had over 2 billion rounds, 2 billion cells, stem cells, injected into my body, both knees, my spine. A couple of times I had a car crash where a car hit me at over 125 miles an hour from behind. It bent my car in half. So it also smashed my knees on the dashboard. If I was in a small car, I'll be dead. But my body was completely damaged. So doing the show, 10 shows a week with Magic Mike as well, my recovery never happened. Even though I was having these stem cells, did it help me right now? Most likely, at least some of them did. But being on these patches was like the icing on the cake for me. Like I haven't been able to look up without shrugging my shoulders for about 2 years. My pain, my knees now don't produce their own cartilage. So it's basically bone on bone. My knees have now not given me any problems in the last month whatsoever, to the point where now I'm pressing with my legs at the gym 12 plates, which is 6 plates on each side. Now, I've never done that in my whole entire career. Also, being a dancer, your wear and tear, we only have literally 1 day off, which was a Monday, so then you jump back on. I also do an aerial number, straps, within the show. And those circ and gymnasts out there know that upper body strength, flexibility is a key form of the show. And me putting out my best ability, I never could do that. But now being back in the gym, doing my own training, just being on these patches in the last over a month has 100% changed my life. In what way? That I sleep, my focus, my energy levels, I'm more awake than I probably ever have been. My injuries that I've had from the protrusion in my spine and my herniated discs from the car crash, the aches and the pains have gone. So I'm not laying there in bed now where I feel like I'm damaged still and I can't sleep right. And every time I'm turning, it becomes too much for me. So now I'm grateful for these patches, and that's why me and Pat and Peter would like to present this technology to you guys. And if it can help anyone, or you even want samples, we will send you these. You need to experience this type of technology. We have a wonderful person on here today that we're going to introduce in a second, but have you got anything else you want to say, Pat?
No, let's introduce Peter into this. I wanted to introduce our Senior Presidential Director in Lifewave, Peter No. So if you can unmute for me, Peter.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, everyone, for getting on this call today. Jackson and Patrick are just launching their teams out, and thank you for inviting me here. I've been on the product for a little bit over 10 months. And just like Patrick, I mean, my eyes just literally lit up on the second day. Literally for the first 3 weeks, I had crazy nightmarish dreams, but because my dreams were so deep, I was actually remembering them. And in the last 10 months, I can honestly say all my collagen, your hair, your skin, everything is just coming back to life because we are regenerating and repairing our own cells now. I'll get into more about what the product does, but I have a special guest here. Her name is Deborah Story. And for those who have not heard her testimonial, it is pretty crazy. I'm going to bring her up right now. Deborah, are you on the call? You can unmute yourself. There you go. Deborah, are you there?
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, okay. Deborah, how are you today?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me mute somebody real quick.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, we can.
So,
Deborah, can you introduce yourself to us?
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Patrick, I was amazed listening to you. The first 2 nights that my husband and I were on Lifewave, we happened to be watching military movies, and we had amazing, vivid dreams, so real that I felt like I was back in the military in these dreams. When I woke up, it was amazing. I said, "What's in this stuff?" We couldn't believe it. It was just like so real, you know? But anyways, for those of you that don't know me, I am 56 years old. I have multiple sclerosis. I was diagnosed in 2009. My first bout was in 1998, but they thought I had a mini stroke because I didn't have any lesions or spots on the brain at the time. It takes several years sometimes for the lesions to develop. So year after year, I kept having more episodes. I have been to Yukon in Connecticut because I'm from Massachusetts originally, been to Boston. I moved to South Carolina, went to MUSC in South Carolina, worked with neuro there, and that is where I was originally diagnosed. Started treatment of prednisone and solumedrol infusions. It helped me during the couple of weeks while I was on in a really bad flare, but then it affected my internal organs, it affected my body, my bladder. I had a lot of bad things happen after the medication. I'm not a big person to take medication anyways. So speed up a few years. I'm here now in Boise, Idaho. My girlfriend, Kelly Ryan, works for Dr. Harmon and Dr. Michael Carlfeld at the Carlfeld Center here in Boise. So Dr. Harmon got involved with Lifewave through, I'm not sure where he originally got involved with, but I know he's on our team with Peter. Do you know Peter?
Savi.
Why? What's going on? I can't hear anybody.
Okay. Savi enrolled.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. We can hear you.
I can't hear you.
It's okay. You can continue talk.
Okay, I got it now.
Yeah.
Okay. So my girlfriend came over here and she was doing the Lifewave for 2 weeks. She didn't want to introduce me to it until she felt she had results and what was going on. At this point, when she came over my house, it was the beginning of May. I was with a walker. I had, like Patrick, my MS was in a bad flare. My piriformis muscle was wrapped around my sciatic on the right side. I had drop foot, was not able to walk. So I had my walker, my cane. Basically, I wasn't even using the cane because my foot was dropped. She slapped an X39 on me Monday morning. I had it on all day Monday. I went to bed Monday night, woke up at 2 a.m. to go to the bathroom. When I got up to go to the bathroom, I did not need my walker. This was not even 12 hours. I got up, went to the bathroom, got back into bed. Tuesday morning, I got up. I felt a little bit stronger on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I was doing physical therapy with a therapist, leaning up against the wall, doing 12 reps, 6 sets of 12 reps of bending down, moving my legs, butterflies. My therapist could not believe what I was doing because I wasn't walking 3 days earlier. So I don't even know. I was so amazed at what was going on. Now I am 2 months into X39. I used the ice wave probably for the first 2 months, the first 2 weeks to get the inflammation down and to start breaking it all up. I have not even used the ice wave because the X39 is so amazing. My skin is regenerating, just like Peter said. My husband is sitting over here. He had a big bald spot on the top of his head. We are not even 2 months into it, and his hair is fully grown in his spot, and we're amazed. Amazing. I have pictures I can show you. My nails, I have to keep cutting them. They're growing so much. More importantly, I am not on any steroids, any solumedrol infusions. I am walking with no walker, no cane, and I have not felt this good in over 10 years. I feel like I got my life back. I am so passionate about X39. I am sharing it with my family and friends in Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Hampshire. I have Florida, friends and relatives in Florida. The biggest story is now I have children in South America. I have a daughter in Germany. I have 2 in Italy. All of my family is now using X39, and they told me I have changed their life.
Wow.
It is just amazing. It is absolutely amazing. You have to, the way I explain it is you have to try it, feel it, see it, and put it on to believe it. you can listen to people's testimonial, which is amazing, but until you try it for yourself, it is absolutely life-changing.
Deborah,
Deborah.
are you in the medical field?
I am a retired nurse, yes, 33
Okay.
years. Yes.
33 years. Awesome.
I had
And
a
you've been
question.
on the product for 2 months now, a little bit over 2 months.
We started on May 2nd or May 3rd, the weekend before Mother's Day. So just a little over 2 months, about 8 or 9 weeks now.
Awesome. Okay. Well, Deborah, thank you so much for the update. I was blown away by your testimonial when the first time we heard you. I think it was a little bit over a month and a half, 2 months ago too.
I was only a few weeks into it, Peter, when you asked me to come on, because it wasn't even 2 weeks later. I have not used a walker or a cane since that first weekend I put on X39.
Would you say how many, like now, I mean, you know, we actually are meeting a lot of people in the MS community now. What would you recommend for them like to do or just?
So what I did was the first day, so I swapped off my X39s. I started first by putting it 2 fingers below the belly button. I don't know if everybody knows this, but your stem cells are created between your belly and your pelvic region. And that is the portion of your body. So that's why I think a lot of, when you get the product in the patches and they recommend 2 fingers below the belly button, I also put it, I swap off day to day and I put it just below, probably on C6, C7 of the spine, midline. When I put on that X39 on my spine, within seconds, I feel an electrical current up my neck into my head. I have 3 lesions on the pons of my brain. So I had an MRI in January. I asked my neurologist to please do another MRI on me and I would pay for it. I am so incredibly confident that this X39 has helped me in my brain area. My speech, I have not slurred, I have not stuttered. I have not looked for my words. I am just so clear, concise, and focused. I am just absolutely astounded how I feel. It's amazing, amazing,
It's amazing.
life-changing.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I'm just thinking, you know, like, because I know having MS and a lot of strong issues, you're going to have to be on a lot of medications. I'm just excited, you know, for people to just kind of get off the stronger medications in a way, if it does the way it does or works as fast as it does.
Absolutely. I am on no medications at all. So I use Lifewave X39 every single day. The Icewave is a little booster. I did use it for the first couple of weeks to get the inflammation down on that piriformis muscle, which was on the coccyx area. I had a bad fall 3 years ago. With MS, you have off balance, so I had a lot of falls. I have not fallen since I've been on the X39. I also have dystonia. Dystonia is a dystonic seizure. It's a movement disorder, like Parkinson's, but I get my hands cramp and get stuck, and so don't my feet. My foot curves and goes up. I have not had one seizure since I started X39. Not one spasm, no medication. I could keep you here for hours and tell you. I also used to lose, this is embarrassing, and I'm sharing with all of you because this is about our health. I used to wet the bed at night due to my incontinence, bowel and bladder due to MS. I have not had one accident or lost my bowels since I've been on X39. That is huge for me because every time I leave my house, I bring a change of clothes no matter where I go. I have not had one accident in 2 months. Honestly.
Wow, that's incredible. I mean, I've heard of stories like that too. And I mean, just the quality of life. I don't know what else to say. Just the quality of life.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Well, Deborah, thank you so much for getting on. It means a lot to us. And
thank you for having me.
We'll be doing a lot of these together, okay? With a lot of updates.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Give me one person, Pam, is asking a real quick question. She's curious to know if this can stop progression of MS and how it differs from the tau patch. Okay, we're not gonna get into much of other patches. The only thing, Pam, you just have to know This is the only stem cell activation patch. This is not a pain patch. The X39 is not a pain patch. It's called a non-dermal. So I'll be going into the explanation now of what this product is. So the X39 uses what we call photobiomodulation. We are all light beings. Our light, when you put this patch on, and this patch is made of just organic crystals, sugars, nanos. When you put this on, nothing goes into your skin. So it's called a non-dermal. It also, when that goes on and the light hits the patch, it's going to send a signal to the brain. It's going to say, turn on copper GHK. Copper GHK is one of the most powerful peptide, okay, for age reversal. It would literally tune up, or it would reset 4,000, so what we call anti-aging genes. Once it goes through there and it figures out what's happening in your body, it would stimulate what we call pluripotent stem cells. Pluripotent stem cells are little baby stem cells before they even know where to go and what they need to regenerate. So for example, Deborah's, because of her MS, once she put this on, I guess the light just works so fast. And because we believe the more depleted you are, the more it's going to activate you faster. So what happened to Deborah, she put it on, it literally activated the peptide, the copper GHK, and it told those stem cells, not one, but probably multiple places where to go. So I want everyone to understand, when you're injecting stem cells, you are invasively injecting into places where you need, like Jackson. He had multiple, the neck, the head, the knee, the shoulder. But what if you can just have one patch where it's going to tell your own stem cells where to go? Okay, that is the technology. This is the future. And the company is a 15-year-old company based out of San Diego. The owner, the CEO, his name is David Smith. He is also the inventor of these patches. And in the last couple of decades, all he did is really use technology, frequency, to learn how can we activate certain parts of your body. But this patch took 10 years to develop. It took a little bit over $4 million of research and funding. Plus, it took 39 times. That's why it's called the X39, okay? Now, it was released a little bit over a year and a half ago. Because of this release, I want everyone to know, in the last year and a half, this is the very first time where we can actually say, Deborah, we can regenerate and repair you by activating your own body's stem cells non-invasively for less than a cup of coffee a day. How would you like to experience that?
Absolutely.
Everybody's saying yes to this, and the results are speaking for itself. Today is an incredible day because, you know, as David Smith created this, we're shipping this to over 100 countries. The company is already doing over $100 million now all around the world. And we cannot wait to see, because the stem cell industry as a whole is exactly where the whole future is going. We're going into non-dermal, non-invasive, no processing, no dosing, no more pills. Just patch this on, let your body activate itself. If you love just what you heard, if you resonate with all these testimonials, please talk to Jackson, talk to Patrick, tell them that you love to try some or you love to get involved with us. Really, all we're doing is just showing you how to get this at the wholesale price. It costs less than a cup of coffee a day. Talk to these gentlemen and they will guide you in and get you started. Jackson, Patrick, thank you so much for inviting us. And Patrick, I'm gonna give it back on to you.
Yeah, thanks, Peter. Thanks, Deborah, for coming out last minute to just, you know, tell your story. I've heard your story before, but to hear it again in more detail, and even just after a month of fully understanding what the patch can do, you know what I mean? Now I see it on a different scale with you. And Jackson and I are always talking about how, like, the magnitude and the power, like we have like this power in our hands right now. And we want to just kind of help a lot of people in this journey, and it's crazy to see how many people this is helping even right now. So Jackson, do you want to add anything?
No, I'm happy, but I just want to say thank you, Deborah, very much, and thank you, Peter.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it, and everyone who joined on today, 22 of you, we just want to say thank you very much, and we appreciate you guys. And yeah, let's help people. This is like the power of the patch to literally help people day-to-day life on this planet. Everyone's going through something right now. Why can't we help people?
Absolutely.
You know, it's so simple. It's so simple. You brush your teeth, you whack it on before you go to bed, take it off. While you're sleeping, your body will be generating, fixing itself. Like when you have a hard day at work, you need some sleep, you rest. You wake up in the morning, you feel better. Whack the patch on, let it do its thing. It's so simple. And we're excited for the people that are going to try it and join us and try this product. Please start your own testimonial. This is what makes it beautiful for us. As we give you a patch, think about what hurts, what joint hurts, how does my face look, how do I feel, what's my energy like, do I need a coffee in the morning? And then literally write this down, start the patch, and then within a week you tell me how you feel. Because we love these stories. Because at the moment we're helping so many people, like Deborah. There's thousands across the United States now, absolutely thousands. And everyone is coming through with their incredible news. So that's what we need from you guys. And Pat, do you want to say anything else?
Yeah, I just want to close this out. I want to say one thing that Peter said, and it was a really, really good point. He said that if your body's depleted, you'll notice results faster. And for some of those who are healthy, I'm pretty healthy, I don't have major issues, you might notice something that might take like a week or so, but it doesn't mean it's not working. You know, it's probably more on a maintenance side. So yeah, I wanted to clarify that on that end. But thank you guys again. Thanks for hopping on Las Vegas Lifewave. This is our business launch. We're probably having one more next week. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank
Please
you.
reach out to Jackson and Patrick. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, everyone, for joining on. And see you all tomorrow.
Thank you.